Carolina. What have you been up to?
Well, I went to the CrossFit Games. That was kind of fun. I am currently just trying to figure out how to be a chiropractor and a CrossFit athlete at the same time. So nothing too different than, what I have been doing.
Now you have a significant other as well, and so he is. You told me he's not really versed in the CrossFit space. So how does he, handle you being a CrossFit athlete and seeing what you have to do compared to what he's probably used to be doing?
Yeah, so it's fun. It's like I kind of like it just because I get to introduce something that's been a part of my life for the past 10 years into somebody else's, but he's also very supportive. He's very ambitious with his career and personal goals. So the fact that I also have career and personal goals, he's so aligned with it. And I mean, to think it's like he got to go to Orlando. He got to go to Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, this next year he gets to go to Fort Worth. We get to, travel with
You got
CrossFit.
to go to beautiful scenic Madison,
Yeah, I
Yes.
was gonna say
Like
that's a
that was
bucket list right
water
there.
just bury,
We
bury
got
the
to go.
leads.
So we got to go to Orlando and Disney World, and then yes, he got to, explore the Great North. So there's like some perks here and there. He gets some free swag here and there.
You got a free
Um,
Noble tote bag. Nice.
he definitely does have a Noble backpack of mine, and then he does
Oh,
have some Born Primitives. So, he definitely, rides the waves. He also got, a backstage pass to see medical and the athlete warm up area, which most people don't get to get. So he got some pretty good perks there, but it's really fun. Plus, I always love when he tries to do CrossFit and he doesn't understand the lingo, and then he typically makes the workout 1,000 times worse than it's supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, I didn't explain it well. So those are the only arguments we've ever gotten in are about CrossFit workouts.
Okay.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay. All
it's
right.
not bad.
And I know you were considering maybe doing a podcast with him with your experience as a CrossFit athlete and then him. Is
Yeah,
that still in the works or what's going on with that?
I mean, that was the whole reason why I got this podcasting equipment. So I got him a headset, I got him a mic. That might be in the works at some point. We just need to hopefully this sparks his interest. Like he's hearing me from the other room talk. So maybe we can finally talk about it because anytime I try to bring up the history or things like that, he's like, save it for the podcast. I want it to be like the first time hearing this. I'm like, no, I need to tell you because you don't understand like the
You
whole
don't know what I've been
nuances of
through.
everything.
You don't know the
Like
pain.
when I'm like, oh man, affiliate fees are going up by 50%, and he's just like, why does that matter? Like, okay, no, like okay, now I have to go down this whole spiel of the past like 25 years of CrossFit, and then like he knows nothing. But it's also fun, like especially when I have podcast on and things along those lines. He just kind of makes fun of me for talking about CrossFit stuff all the time.
Yeah. So if you need me to talk to you on the podcast, you want me to say, well, back in my day, because I'm like super old and kind of can give him like a little bit more of like, the old time stuff.
Yeah, totally. So please, like, you can always come on the podcast and say that because you might know. It's like I started in like 2013, 2014. So it might be you might know a little bit more than I do.
Maybe we'll see. But was it a big like experience, eye-opening experience for him seeing you as a professional athlete at the games and what you go through and all that stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like when he first came to semifinals, I think that's when he realized how big this actually was because I mean, Orlando was sold out. There's so many incredible athletes there. We made the CrossFit Games, and then going to the CrossFit Games, seeing I mean, just all the ins and outs, Athlete Village, just like all the vendor village. I mean, I think he was taken aback of like just like even the caliber of athlete that's there, but also people are about this sport even though like sometimes it doesn't feel like it like on our side of things. No, I think like it really like opened his eyes. I mean, to the point where, you know, he didn't come to Crash Crucible. Granted, he did like come back from a work trip right before then. And I was like, hey, it's only, you know, 2.5 hours away in Spartanburg. And he's like, Hannah, you know, I've been to the semifinals, I've been to the CrossFit Games, and I don't know if I can just go to this local comp. When, you know,
I love how you
like,
just disrespected Crash Crucible.
I
just
know,
out
and
of
it's
nowhere.
like,
It is a local comp, yeah, but it's like when you
Yeah.
look at it, it's like cool. I went to Orlando and scenic Madison, Wisconsin. It's like I can go to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
I know, and to think like, I mean, like Crash Crucible is actually like, I mean, pretty much like my favorite comp of the year. So it's like, oh man, like I understand. Like, I mean, at some point he's gonna be like, I'll just skip semifinals, you know. Oh, we're only going to Knoxville this year. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to Knoxville. At least we get to go to Fort Worth.
And be indoors in
Yeah.
110-degree heat.
Yep.
We'll get there.
And like
So-
with a 5%, it's going to be outside, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That saves me.
That's true. That does save you. I understand
if
that
every-
one. That's a
If everything's
throwback.
inside, it saves me for sure.
That is
Nice.
traumatic. How have you handled that?
You know, heat still bothers me, but that's okay because it's winter time.
You and Annie
And
Thorisdottir and Carl Webb have something in common now.
Yep.
I know. Look at all of us. Look at
Yeah,
all of
you're
us.
like CrossFit trivia now.
I know. Well, everybody just knows me of that team athlete that just blacked out. So at least they have names. I'm lived on somebody's shoulder as they're carrying me on our 2.5 mile journey.
3.5-hour YouTube clip on some event from the 2023 CrossFit
Yeah.
Games.
I became a meme, you know, like, you know, this was like an iconic year for me. So, yeah, like it, you know, but
In
you know,
picture, not in name.
yes, no, in picture. No one knows who I am, and it's a-okay. And
It's
I'm
like,
hoping maybe
What was your team number on like y'all's? Was it like 417? Which was your team number? It's like that girl with the brown hair and her team bib number.
we're one. I was 182.
Yeah, because doesn't it go by like your open ranking?
It goes by your semifinals. So,
Okay.
so like with me, it's like the 1 was the fact that we're at the North America East. The 8 was we got 8th place, and then 2 because Adcock comes before Hardy.
Okay.
Alphabetical. Yeah,
I
at
had
some point.
no idea that's what the numbers meant.
Did you? Oh
No
man,
clue.
no, yeah. If you like, no, you can totally do it. So like mine in the first year was 312. So, from that it was like we got 3rd. It was weird. It was like a little bit backwards. Like we got 3rd. We were at I was like we're at the MAC. So 1 and then 2 because DeCray comes before Hardy.
So there's no real rhyme or reason. They just decided to just throw numbers out there. And
Yeah,
say, hey,
That
here's
sounds
your
CrossFit.
assignment.
That's very on brand. It's unknown and unknowable.
seriously. Yeah, so those are the numbers. They're supposed to, you know, there's a rhyme and reason behind them. It's a little bit more easier for the individuals to understand than or like the teens and masters. And then teams, yeah, there's like a whole, like, I don't know, system you need to know.
Well, at least this could be a CrossFit trivia $1,000 question. Who were the 3 people that blacked out during the CrossFit Games?
That's a lot of prize money. That's more money than some athletes win. So
No,
I don't
I'm
know
just
if it
like
makes for
Jeopardy.
1,000.
Like Jeopardy, you know? I'll take.
I don't see Ken Jennings
I mean,
really
well,
pulling that one out of his ass.
didn't Jason Khalifa like pass out on a run and then just like come to and keep on running?
That sounds pretty
Oh,
Khalifa-esque.
yeah, maybe.
I think that
Was it
happened
the-
in like
The
20
triathlon
like,
in 2012.
333, was it?
Was it like the 300 double
The only thing
unders?
that came from that was Rich Froning walking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Jason did really well. I think it might have been the triathlon.
Triathlon.
Yeah, like he literally like I think just like stumbles, falls, gets up, and just keeps going.
Okay.
So maybe there's 4 of us. There's
Okay.
probably like so many more, but like they're like me and they're lost, or like you know maybe they actually cut the camera. They don't just dead on like show it.
Okay. All right. I'll take CrossFit Games for 500, please.